BassResinator here. I am painting the inside of this mold with acrylic paints. Now I know acrylic doesn't always stick to the silicone very well, which is not right here, but at least I want to have it have that color, because this mold we're building from the top side down. So what I'm seeing here is actually the back of the mold. Down there at the bottom is the bottom of the mold. So whether it's a really good paint job or not, that's beside the point. I just want, with clear resin over the top, to be able to see what color I want there. And that's supposed to be an umbrella. And this is supposed to be a lighthouse. And so I got a brown roof and a brown, right under the roof is brown. And then I got yellow, really messy job because it's not a very lot of space. And if I did very thin layer of paint, it just sort of went away. So I had to glob it in there. But again, so that I can see it looking down on it from above. So with clear resin over the top, I'll be able to see brown and yellow, which, don't worry about what this is on. My desk is got some other resin curing. So this is an ocean sign, and it is about 12 inches long. It's deep. The ocean is deep. It's about an inch deep. So this holds quite a bit of quite a bit of resin. But I'm going to put sand in there. I'm thinking I'm going to put white sand down around the bottom, the whole thing, and then have some different colors of blue and swirl them in there together, not necessarily mixing them, but mixing them, if that makes any sense. Sort of like the water in the ocean, depending on how deep it is a different color because of the light hitting on it and stuff. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And this, of course, is part of my bathroom remodel. And this is going to be on the door as you enter the premises of the bathroom. You will have to go through the ocean sign. Yep, it will be permanently fixed onto the door. So yeah, as soon as that resin over there cures, then this one's going down. Coolness. Staying with my ocean theme, or beach theme bathroom remodel, I brought this mold out. Sadly, the company that made this no longer makes them, because they had two other molds. One that said seas and the other one said beach, and they all had little scenery. Like this one's got one of those little pop-up umbrellas that, well, they're not little, at the beach and in a lighthouse. And the other ones had different things, and they're not available anymore. I'm like, oh. So what I did is I painted this with acrylic paints, which I already mentioned. They're dry now, and I'm going to pour it in a layer of clear, and then I've got two colors of sand. One is this light brown, and the other's white. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Cancun or places like that, but they've got this white sand. So that's what I'm wanting to have down here at the very bottom. If the if the sand will be nice and stay, I will have the light brown here, and then the white sand, and then that's my intention. And then on my next pour is where I'm going to add some color, and I may do a little bit of color here. I've got this Resin Aurora powder. It's a really cool thing. What I want to do is pour in this clear. Well, this resin is no longer clear. I think that's one of the reasons they sold it cheap. I'm going to pour in the clear, and then put the sand in, and then if I want to have a little bit left, and then I want to put a little bit of that Aurora powder in, and just sort of mix it. So you know when you're in the water or when you see people like Jacques Cousteau or any, well, that may be showing my age, or other people that do diving in the coral reefs and stuff, how you see the water's clear, but you see these little wispies of other stuff going on. So that's what I want that coral, that or aurora powder to do. I don't want to put the sand in first, because I don't think that I want to make sure that the resin is underneath it as well. I know it's going to produce a lot of bubbles, so that's why I'm using my 2-to-1 resin, which is real liquidy. I waited for it a while to degas. It's still going to continue having some bubbles come up and stuff, so let's just go with it from here. And I'm pouring in on the A part. And it's going around to the end. I've used this mold one other time, and I really liked what I did with it. And it's at my sister's house. She has quite a few of my works, and she bought some turtles, sea turtles and stuff from me, so she put this up with hers. She's got a wall of sea creatures and such. So, and I don't remember how much this mold holds, but I mixed up a little over 8 ounces here, and it's going up almost halfway. I see a bubble hanging out on the edge of the mold, and I'm going to get that with a little silicone tool. Okay, I'm going to leave the rest of that for my aurora powder. I'm going to go around with a little silicone tool from Resin Rockers. These are so cool. Okay, let me see. Are there any on this one? I don't see any. Oh, there's one. Get off. There's another one here. Get off. Come up and pop. I don't want to have little sharp things on the bottom of the mold, or the bottom of the piece. I can't tell in that red area. Well, let me just go around the edge right here. I had music playing, and then my wife came out, and I think she turned it off. Thinking since I'm back in the back, I can't hear it, but I had it loud enough. Playing some really cool Baroque music. Oh, right there in the corner. Down on the corner. Down on the street. And right there again. Up on the corner area. And we can go around this side so I can see. I'm talking around the tripod. I'll just get all of the sharp corner areas. Okay. Pop. Pop, I say. Okay. Now, sand. And a profusity of bubbles now. Profusity? Is that even a word? Well, I just used it, so I guess it is. Super fine sand, and it clings onto the static of that little glass. Okay, go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh Let my people go. Bubble City. Okay, I'm gonna put that over here. Hear a weed eater going outside. Okay, so I got the yellow sand, or light brown, but it looks kind of yellowish. White sand. I'm almost done with the epoxy in my bathroom where this is going to be on the door going into the bathroom. And I'm almost done. I have put down the epoxy undercoat. And when it finishes, I gotta let it sit for 3 hours before I do anything with it. And then after the 3 hours, then I can put the epoxy. I think my idea of this two-tone sand is going to work nicely. Yeah, and that's clinging on the side of that too. Okay, now get thee downward. If I could get an angle to make wave action, I would do that. Oh, I dropped a little bit of resin there. But right here on the part of the C of the word ocean looks like the crest of a wave. So maybe when I put the last part of the resin in, I'll put a wave and blow it out right there. Now, why in the world did Mozart's Requiem just come into my mind? Maybe I need to go watch Amadeus. It's been a while since I've seen it. I was in college when it first came out. Great movie. Great movie, yes. Okay, now to add a little bit of this. And you don't have to use much of this to get a cool reaction. There. I have discount codes and stuff. Look in my in the description at the bottom for discount codes for Into Resin, Let's Resin. Can you see that? Come on, keep mixing. It adds this aurora, like the Borealis even. One little clump there. It's being recalcitrant. When I was in the, well, I still am, symphony chorus, we had our previous conductor. His vocabulary was amazing, but somebody was just not hitting the note in our rehearsal. And I can't remember which voice part. I'll just pick on the basses since I'm a bass. Basses, oh, that recalcitrant note. In other words, you're out of tune. Oh, he's a dear friend of mine. So Christopher, if you're watching, I know he doesn't do much on social, but he ought to. Oh, I got some bubbles going on in there. Okay, let's get up here where I can pour some of this in. I want it to just be a hint. Oh yeah, hint of the ocean. I'll even go over the white sand with it. Yes, I'm liking it. And I'll come back and work those bubbles out in the sand and in this resin here that I'm putting in. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty. Bubble hanging out there. Bubble hanging out there. And there. And there. And there. Then I'll go over with my long handled fire starter. People always use them when they're starting to grill or something, so they don't have it, the gas or whatever they've put on it doesn't blow up in their face. They're using a regular match. Well, that was good. If I didn't have to go around this tripod, life would be so much nicer. If my head is in the way, I can't tell. I'm sorry. I will get out of the way as soon as possible. I just don't want these little creatures affecting the outcome of this piece. Oh, and I can't even see there. Now some of these might release on their own, but I'm going to get them with that long-handled lighter. Once I saw, what's his name, Stephen McDonald, using it, I thought, I need to get one of those, because I don't want to come in here with a torch and melt the mold, or go with a heat gun and stay in one area too long and then do the same thing as melting as a torch would do. I could still use the heat gun a little bit, but I don't want to just stay in one concentrated area. That's not a good thing. How dare you, little bubbles. Get out of there. Bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. We did this. Oh, those went up back up against the side. Did this song in camp. Jesus' love is a bubbling over. And they always had a couple of parts going, but the bass is bubbling, bubbling, and we just do that the whole song basically. Change the chords every once in a while, but Jesus' love is a bubbling over in my soul. Anyway, lots of fun there. Okay, so I'm just going to keep an eye on these bubbles and get them gone, but you don't need to sit there and watch that. But you can see what I see at the ocean. Tried really hard for that one. Okay, I'll come back to you when I do my next pour. Okay, here we go. This is sapphire blue in this one, or sorry, sapphire, sky blue. And I'm all out of blue, I can't live without you. And this one is the peacock blue here. So I'm going to, they're not much different, it looks like in the cup, but let's see what they look like once I start pouring them. See if I can keep them. Oh. Occupied. Well, they don't look like, oh, they don't look much different. One's got a little bit of hint of green in it, and the other is just blue. I was hoping they would have an interaction that you could actually see. Everything's going back to the ocean. Can you see it? Okay, with the sand and the first 8 ounces that I used, and then this little bit is another 8 ounces, so I'd say this mold holds 16 ounces, huh? And you can still see those colors through from the back. Yeah. Okay, since I didn't get the reaction I was hoping between these two, since they are so similar, let me see if I can put just a little bit more of this Aurora powder in and get that to add a little bit more life up here towards the top. Yeah, I'm out of a few colors of that resin dye. The ones I used the most were the sapphire, apparently, and that sky blue. They are dry now. How dry I am, how wet I'll be if I don't find the bathroom key. Yeah, crazy junior high songs. Yes, I know. Sorry. Okay, where should we have this bit of color? Right here? Maybe the whole way. Don't know what that's going to do. Oh, I missed that part of the E. Okay. Now just let that cure up and we'll see what we have. I think I'm going to do a bit of this so that it's not just a line. That didn't change much of that line, but now it just looks like a what do they call it? A current going through it. Yeah. Cool. And that's going to be going into the bathroom. And I just finished putting in the resin on the floor. I'm getting close to showing it to you. Oh, from this, looking through the viewfinder, that looks pretty good. Looking this way looks pretty good too. So I will see you soon. Oh, this is all cured up. While it was curing, I thought, let me get some glitter stuff and put it with the color that I already had painted, so that on the top side you'll have the same color as around the edges that are paint. So I got brown glitter, goldish glitter, brown, and a red glitter there, and I used UV resin to hold it in place. And so here we go. Now if I remember, this was not the easiest thing to unmold, because there's little areas like that. That's easy. That's easy. Somewhat easy. Gonna be difficult there, there, there. These, those. So easy. Hey, I got that one loose. Come on. Oh, I got a little over pour right there. I'll be able to, with it's still a little bendy, I'll be able to peel that off. Hey, look at there. Got that to go down. Oh, sorry about that. Bumped the tripod. Get out of there. Come on now. Almost have to fold it back on itself. There we go. There we go. And there, that little piece just broke off. Oh no, it went down. I'll get it. It may have already come all the way off, I don't know. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is turn it over. And this is the harder one. That little sliver there. The thing is that it's so thick, those parts that divide up the letters go way down. I'm going to come back on that little umbrella thing in just a second. Okay, the middle of the C is out. Part of the E. Back over here to the A and the N. Oh, there we go. Okay, turn it back over and see what I got going on. There, we got that part going. Yay. Yay. I get that C part out of there. Yay. Now the E. Yay. Now that section. Yay. It's coming. And now for this little lighthouse and the A. If it wasn't for the lighthouse, where would this ship be? Oh, got one of them. Yes! Okay. Now I gotta clean up that mold where the paint and some of the excess glitter was. But let's look at this. Excess paint. Over pour right there. I don't know if you can see the little shinies in there. That aurora. And that sand is nice and smooth back here. Oh, look at this. There it is. Don't know where that one came from, but I'll get it over here to the side, and then I'll use some tape to clean up my mess. Yes! I'll take some pictures when the sun comes up. We're supposed to have a hurricane blowing in. It's changing course, so it shouldn't, at this point it doesn't look like it's going to hit us as hard, but a hurricane's a hurricane, and should get some really high winds and quite a bit of rain. And like the weatherman said, we need the rain, but not all at once. yeah, so that I will just attach that onto the door. Oh, that I am liking this project. This bathroom remodel is happening nicely, or as I've said to a few people, it's happening swimmingly. Yeah, thank you to my sponsors. I keep saying that. Thank you to my subscribers and to those who are following. If you're a follower and not a subscriber, hey, sign up. It's free, and we get to do all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm involved in a collaboration on the 13th of July. I've already submitted my video. I've got it in hidden space right now, and my email that's going to MiniScenesGB is on a delay, so it will be sent at the correct time. I didn't want to lose out and miss my chance. But anyway, yeah, hopefully the weather will be nice and I'll be able to continue without any problems. But if something comes up, I'll keep singing, I'll keep praising, I'll keep doing what the best I can, and if I can get a chance to do some more videos for you, I sure will. See you next time.